I'm Rachel. I'm 30, 7 months pregnant with my first baby, and 3 weeks ago I found out my own mother-in-law had been quietly sabotaging my baby shower for weeks without me having a single clue. Y'all, buckle up, because this woman really said not on my watch and meant it. Okay, so, quick backstory so you understand exactly who I'm dealing with here. My mother-in-law, Diane, has never fully warmed up to me. Not hostile exactly, just cold. Polite cold, if that makes sense. The kind of cold where she compliments your outfit, but somehow makes it sound like an insult. My husband Tyler always brushed it off as, that's just how my mom is. But 3 years into this marriage, I've learned it's less that's just how she is, and more that's how she is about ME specifically. The real issue, from what I've pieced together over the years, is that Tyler's ex-girlfriend before me, a woman named Sophie, was apparently Diane's favorite human on planet Earth. They still talk. Diane still likes Sophie's Instagram posts. I found that out real early into dating Tyler and just kind of filed it away as weird but harmless. It was not harmless. Fast forward to me being pregnant. Exciting time, obviously, and my best friend Jen offered to plan my baby shower, which honestly meant the world to me since my own family lives out of state. Diane, being the paternal grandmother, insisted on being involved in the planning too. Just a small role, I promise. I just want to help. Jen, being way nicer than I would have been, said sure, of course, the more the merrier. Big mistake in hindsight. Huge. For the first month, everything seemed normal. Diane offered to help with the venue, said she knew someone who could get us a discount at a nice event space. Jen handled invites, decorations, all the fun stuff. I stayed pretty hands-off since, hello, growing an entire human is exhausting enough on its own. About 5 weeks before the shower, Jen texted me something like, "Hey, did your mill tell you the date changed?" I said, "What date change? Nobody told me anything." Turns out Diane had gone directly to the venue, the one she recommended, and told them the event needed to be pushed back 2 weeks due to a scheduling conflict with the family. No scheduling conflict existed. I checked. Tyler checked. Nobody in the family had anything going on that weekend. I let that one slide, gave her the benefit of the doubt, figured maybe there was a miscommunication somewhere. Then the guest list thing happened. Jen had a list of about 35 people, mostly my friends, my side of the family flying in. A few of Tyler's cousins. Diane apparently took it upon herself to streamline the list without asking anyone, and quietly removed 6 people, every single one of them being someone close to me specifically, including my own sister-in-law from my side of the family who was flying in from another state. Diane's reasoning, when Jen finally caught it and confronted her, I just wasn't sure they'd still be able to make it, so I thought I'd simplify things. Nobody asked her to simplify anything. At this point, Jen was livid and wanted to loop me in immediately. But here's the thing. I was already stressed, pregnant, dealing with third trimester exhaustion, and Jen made the call to just quietly fix things behind the scenes instead of stressing me out further. Guest list got restored. Date got moved back to the original. I genuinely had no idea any of this drama was happening until way later. The final straw, the thing that actually blew this whole thing wide open, happened 10 days before the shower. I logged into the shared planning email Jen and I used just to check on RSVPs, completely innocent, no snooping intended. And sitting right there in the inbox was an email from Diane to the venue coordinator, sent that same morning saying, and I am quoting this exactly because I screenshotted it immediately with shaking hands, "I'd like to explore moving the event to a different date entirely, ideally one that would work better for a slightly different guest list I have in mind. I'll cover any rebooking fees myself. A slightly different guest list I have in mind. For my baby shower." I did some digging, and Jen filled in the gaps she'd been quietly protecting me from for weeks. Turns out Diane had, this whole time, been subtly trying to shrink the guest list down to a smaller, cozier gathering that conveniently would have excluded most of my side and included more of Tyler's extended family. And this is the part that got me Sophie's sister, who apparently is still close with Diane. Not Sophie herself, thank God, but close enough that it was clearly about steering the day toward her people instead of mine. I did not scream. I did not cry, even though pregnancy hormones absolutely wanted me to. I called Tyler first, showed him everything, and let me tell you, my husband turned a color I have never seen a human turn. He called his mother immediately, and, according to him, it was not a fun conversation. But here's where I decided I wasn't just going to let this get quietly resolved behind closed doors like the last two incidents. This wasn't a one-time slip. This was weeks of deliberate manipulation, and I wanted her to feel the consequences of that, in the same way she thought she could operate right in front of everyone. The baby shower happened, original date, original guest list, thanks to Jen's behind-the-scenes efforts. Diane showed up like nothing happened. Sweet smile and all, gift bag in hand. About halfway through, during the little toast to the mama-to-be moment Jen had planned, I asked to say a few words myself. I thanked everyone for coming. Thanked Jen specifically and publicly for going above and beyond these past few weeks to make sure this day actually happened the way it was supposed to, guest list and all. And I looked directly at Diane when I said it. Not screaming, not accusing out loud, just enough for the people who needed to understand. To understand. Diane's smile did not move, but her face went a little pale. A few people who already knew what happened, Jen had quietly told a couple of close family members for support. Definitely caught the moment. It wasn't a screaming showdown. It was just enough truth, in public, to make sure she knew this wasn't going unnoticed anymore. After the shower, Tyler had a much longer conversation with his mom. Alone, without me in the room, which I actually appreciated. I didn't need to be the one managing his mother's feelings about getting caught. From what he told me, Diane admitted she just wanted the day to feel special for the right people. Which, ma'am, the right people were literally already invited before you started editing the list. Things are still tense. Diane's been quieter, more careful, noticeably less, more careful, noticeably less, which honestly fine by me. Tyler's made it very clear where he stands, which matters way more to me than Diane ever will. My daughter's due in about 6 weeks now, and I'll tell you this, Diane is absolutely getting a very supervised amount of alone time with this baby for a good long while. If you liked this one, don't be shy. Go ahead and subscribe. New story every single day. And honestly, the in-law drama gets even wilder from here. See y'all tomorrow.